Today we're going to be using Photopea to edit our images into black and white. So when you're making the decision whether or not you'd like to edit an image into black and white, one of the things I want you to look for is, does your image have a wide range of values? So are there dark darks and are there light lights? Also, do you have interesting textures and shapes? Is it color that is making the image really interesting, or are there other things going on as well? So this photo is actually partially interesting because of the color, but because there's texture in the leaves and texture in the center, and there's also interesting shapes and a dark background against a light object, it might be interesting in black and white. So I'm going to go ahead and try it. So when you're working in Photopea and you go to image adjustments, you will find that there is a black and white option. They'll automatically take your image to black and white. I do want you guys to be cautious, though, against just choosing an image automatically filtered into black and white, because a lot of times it could be a lot stronger if we did some editing. So what I'm going to do at this point is, well, I'm going to go back. I didn't mean to X out of that. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to save my image in black and white, but I'm going to duplicate it so that I can make sure that the changes that I'm making are improving the image and not taking away. So I'm going to go ahead and edit on this top layer here. Okay, I'm going to come back to image adjustments, and my exposure looks pretty good, so I'm not going to adjust that. But if I felt like the whole thing was too light or too dark, that would definitely be a good place to start. But I can come back to black and white and adjust the different levels of color within my image. So kind of seeing, if that helps increase the contrast or decrease the contrast. If it helps the image, or again, if it doesn't, then I'm not going to do it. If I feel like, it takes away from what the image is doing, then I will not do that. So sometimes that just takes a little bit of playing around and seeing what will happen. So I'm going to hit OK. I'm also going to come to image adjustments, and I am going to up my contrast a little bit just because I really like some contrast in my black and white images. Don't want to do too much. That might be a little too much. I'm going to scale it back just a little bit. I do want it to be believable. Okay, I feel pretty good about that. I could also go to image adjustments and, play with my levels and a couple of these other image adjustments, but I think I'm feeling pretty good. And I can see the original, which looks more gray. Do you guys see that? Versus my edited version. There's definitely a difference in the black and white, and there's just a bit more drama there. And I'm a lot happier with that. So doing the small tweaks in your post editing can really help with your black and white images. So once I'm happy with it, I'm going to go to File and Export As instead of Save As. Export as a JPEG. And it'll crop my screen when it comes up. So don't be freaked out that it's doing that. I'm going to take it all the way to 100% for quality, and then I'm going to hit save, and I will have it in my downloads. I have my first black and white image. Looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with, and I'll talk to you later.